Now, I, Zasko3, the mechanical coach, had someone come up to me and say that their aim training aim doesn't translate into their in-game performance. I took a look at their gameplay and immediately realized that their lack of mechanical understanding was completely destroying their aim. In our session together, I went over the 4 fundamental tools that we'll be using throughout our gunfights, how to make sure they're as effective and deadly as possible, and then when to use them and how to combo them together. After jumping into a custom together, smashing out some drills and ensuring they had the proper techniques down, their gameplay had completely transformed, and now all they have to do is practice it a little bit and they will be destroying in their lobbies from now on. Hello, how's it going, man?
Yes. Good. How about you?
Yeah, very good. I'm keen for the session. This will be an interesting one.
Yeah.
The main thing you're kind of struggling with at the moment is seeing a translation between your aim trainer scores and your in-game results. That's like the main problem that we're trying to tackle at the moment.
I think so. At least that's my analysis of the problem.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I've gone and I've just picked out the first like 5 deaths that I recorded, basically, that I saw.
Sure, yeah.
This one here is really like, it really potently shows me the issue. And then that one shows it as well. And then that one as well. And then very similar with this here. So the first thing I noticed is that in situations where your raw aim was really like, it was just simply down to your raw aim, nothing else involved besides your raw aim. You're standing still, a smoke dropped, and you moved your mouse. In those situations, your raw aim 100% shows. In these situations, it doesn't. You're practicing, you know, moving your mouse from point A to point B, but now you're hopping into Valorant. You peek, you step to the right, then you step to the left. There's a lot of little micro steps in between your shots, a lot of stutters, a lot of chaos. Here, you can see it again. We swing. We stop, we shoot before we're on the head. There's a lot going on, right? And basically, yeah, the reason I show you these clips is just to explain that we're not making it easy for ourselves at all. We're making it very difficult for ourselves. So I'll show you some examples of what I'm going to try and get you to perform in this session. So basically, when you're slicing the pie, like you have in a few of those clips, it honestly should be as simple as a peek, stop, and then shoot. I peek, I don't move again, I move my mouse and I click on the head. It's very like, it's clean, it's cookie cutter, and there's nothing to it. And when you play it back, it just looks just nice, satisfying. There's not much to it at all, right? Yeah. Imagine if you got to this point, we stop, take 2 steps to the left, he's literally right there on your crosshair, you'd be in a good spot, you're ready for it, 2 steps to the left, move your mouse and just click on the head and just keep it so simple. Don't overcomplicate it, just peek out, click on the head. That's how I'm taking that fight. I think that's what I want to focus on, is basically just your peeking technique and how to approach mechanics in general. Okay,
so the 2 things that I completely agree with, not that there's much I disagree with at all, but anyway, I do agree with, is that I am moving a lot. Like, I see what you're saying, that like there's a lot of, my left hand's pressing a lot of buttons.
There's a lot going on.
I see what you're saying.
There's a lot going on.
Which I definitely haven't really thought about before, especially in game, and I've never seen, like, I haven't seen it in the way you're saying it right now. And then the second thing is that the types of peaks, like, I'm kind of aware of the types of peaks. When to use them exactly is kind of like arbitrarily chosen, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, it's just like, it's just, whatever happens, whatever goes.
Yeah.
It's just whatever feels right. Yeah. Well, there's definitely some rules you can follow. They'll provide you a lot of clarity in what the best things to use in each situation are. I'm going to change your mindset on mechanics first of all. Let's start off by just completely rewiring the way you view mechanics. And I'm going to start with a game sense decision here, okay? So let's say you're a raise and you want to make your way to site. Someone could be behind this wall, right? This is a spot that people could play around here. What piece of utility do you reckon you're going to use to clear this out?
The boombot is what I would think of.
Boombot, yeah, cool. So that's like the most common thing. People just boombot it, right? Bang, clears it out easy. Don't have to stress.
Okay.
Get to the next point. We've got backside to deal with now. This this whole area here. What piece of utility do you want to use to clear out backside?
The backside itself, I probably want to throw my nade there. Takes up a lot of space. That's a good idea.
And then they'll probably swing into you, and then you get the kills. And this here is what literally 100% of people would answer. They would Roomba hookah nade backside, right? There's good logic and reasoning behind it. The reason I mention this to you is because I want you to treat mechanics the same way, okay? You've got like mechanical utility. I want you to view like slicing the pie, you know, that's clearing your angles one by one. Your wide swings, that's another tool in your kit. To angle hold, that's another tool. And then your jiggle peaks, jump peaks, stuff like that, that's another tool. So same thing, if you follow the same mindset with your utility here and you just arbitrarily use your utility whenever you feel like it's right and you kind of just go with the flow and it's like, you just kind of guess, like that's going to be messy, man. You're going to end up like alting nothing or you nade really inefficiently and it just doesn't
work. Nade close and then have nothing for backside. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So we need to figure out this toolkit here, when you use them, how you use them. Let's do the same thing. We're in showers and someone could be right here looking at your 4 tools: slicing the pie, the wide swing, the angle hold, the jiggle peak.
Yeah. What tool this one I would probably want to slice because there's that the entrance I think is quite commonly some dude there, and I don't want to like go too far and expose myself to like the left corner, which there's also a dude there sometimes.
Yeah. So just like slice the pie, bang. Now next situation, we know that there is the off angle here. There's another one to the left, and then there's the tucked corner. So they're the threats there. Once again, your 4 tools: slice, wide, hold, jiggle. What are you thinking?
Just a quick question here. What's the difference? Like, is the jiggle just for an info kind of deal, or is that like, do you
just solely
shoot
for
the guy
info?
Afterwards?
Just solely for info. I should clarify that.
In my mind, I would probably want to continue slicing here. It's kind of funny because I've never actually thought of that middle corner as a spot. So
I play that every single time. I play that every time.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah, I play that every time, I swear. Yeah.
So then, in my mind, maybe I would have to slice some more because there are several angles that you can still kind of, to not be exposed to like to the left side, right? Like
exactly, because there could still be someone there, right? Okay, cool. Okay, now I'm gonna bring you back to this situation here. All right, I'm gonna give you a hypothetical. All right, we're slicing the pie.
Yeah.
We see someone, we shoot, we miss. Okay. They know we're here. We're tucked behind cover now. Again, they're still here. We know they're here, but they also know you're here now. You just shot at them, right? You don't have the element of surprise anymore. Now I want to know what tool you're using.
I think I want to do a wide swing. It's a little more unexpected. It's a little faster. Well, that's not I actually don't know if there's a guy to my left yet, right? So maybe I don't want to do that. I'm gonna guess I have to slice it again because I still don't know if there's a guy deeper into the corner.
We're gonna break his crosshair placement by getting close to the wall and then wide swinging, right? You can imagine that from the other person's perspective, which I don't have footage of. But if someone peeks you from far away and they pop out here, but then they get close to the wall and go wide, and then suddenly they're here, but you're aiming at this person, you know, that's a very tricky kill. And the reason why I go for the wide swing is because if you slice again, you just sliced this guy, right?
Yeah.
He knows exactly where your head's going to be when you slice. So you're going to re-peek, and he's going to have moved a tiny bit to the left or the right, and he's going to be holding the exact spot where your head's going to be, so it won't work to do that again. Are you familiar with MMA, any UFC or anything of the sort?
I'm not. Really, sorry.
That's all right. But basically, fighters, they just throw combos and they kind of set themselves up, right? So they'll throw a couple punches and then they throw a kick. And, you know, the kick would be effective on its own, right? But now this person here is dealing with some punches, so he's distracted by the punches, and then out of nowhere the kick comes in. And it's like, it makes the kick so much more effective. The way that they throw combos, I kind of want you to view mechanical utility usage as putting together combos that make sense. If you wide swing as an opener, you're kind of just swinging out with no information and no idea of what's going on. But then if you slice the pie, get information, and then wide swing, that's a whole different story. We'll start off by just breaking down each move that I kind of want you to build into your toolkit, into your, I guess, call it your tool belt of things that you can whip out in a game, because we need to clearly define them. We need to get the technique of them down, and then we need to figure out when to use them. So the first move is the slice.
Okay.
The way that I want you to view the slice, I want the rules to be that you're as far away from the wall that you're picking the angle as possible. You're as far away as possible, and you're going to peek out with two steps. You're going to stop. Once you stop, I literally want that hand off the keyboard. Like, don't move afterwards. You're taking 2 steps, and that's the only movement you're doing.
Okay.
And then move to the target and shoot. It's like 2 steps. It's like, take your 2 steps.
Okay.
Take 2 steps. Now, I do not move a muscle on my keyboard hand again. It's just 2 clean steps. Then I stop, and then I aim, and then I shoot. Okay, that's like slicing the pie technique. No micro steps, no stutters, no nothing. You're peeking, and you're doing it with intent to kill the person that you truly believe could be there, and you're not rushing it. You cannot rush it, because if you take this fight and then immediately start going for the next angle, and then you don't realize that he's truly there, what's going to happen is you're going to micro step, because you're going to start going for the next angle, but then you do realize he's there, and it's all messy, right? We need to get rid of the mess. So the first part of slicing the pie is look at the pacing. Like, I do give it half a second before each peak.
Okay.
So slow pace, and you know, that's your slicing the pie technique. The next technique is the wide swing, which is the complete opposite. You're going to get close to the wall, and your intent is to just explode. It's like a burst. You're catching them off guard, basically. Your advantage is in your movement. And what you'll notice is that, unlike the slicing of the pie, where I stop and shoot, in the wide swing, I run and I aim. I'm aiming while I move. And this is a key attribute of the wide swing in comparison to this one, where I stop and then aim. In this one, I'm moving and aiming. And what that allows you to do is have your crosshair on the target. The second he starts shooting, you know he's not going to move again, which means, if you have a look, the second I stop, it's actually in one frame. That would be like 10 milliseconds. The second I stop moving, I shoot, and I get the kill. Unlike this one, where I stop moving, there's at least 200 milliseconds. Whereas in this, I stop moving and it's instant. And that's because I'm aiming while moving. The complete opposite to slicing the pie. Yeah, I see it. This is so powerful. If you implement this into your gameplay alone, you'll see so much results. But it's got to be the proper technique, and it's got to, you know, you can't, it's not a wide swing if you get close to the wall and like stop early and then, you know, aim after you stop and then shoot, right? What we want is that crosshair to be on the head, ready. He shoots, we're dodging because we're moving, and then we take the opportunity to just insta-kill him. So that's your wide swing.
Okay. I've never done this kind of like this in-depth kind of thought about the wide swing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't worry, we're gonna go through and we're gonna practice it all together, and I'll make sure that you get the proper technique down. But yeah, it's a whole different world.
Oh, it's very good. Now, it's very, very interesting, actually. Yeah.
Your first rule. Okay. Have you ever played chess?
Yes.
Okay. Your opener is going to be the slice of the pie, right? You can't open. I don't want you to open with a wide swing ever, because logically it doesn't make sense. You don't have information, and yes, you get information as you're running, and then you find it, whatever, but you could be making a really troll decision without realizing. Number one is information. Number two is that you haven't conditioned the enemy yet. We open with the slice to condition the crosshair to give us information, and also just an opportunity to kill him in an isolated gunfight, right? Like, we could kill him there and that's the gunfight over without exposing ourselves to other people. But say we miss that opportunity, this is where we start to get the combos, right? The punch and the kick. This is where, you will throw our punch. We miss, we go straight into a wide swing. An unbeatable combo. This will find you, if you can successfully pull off this combo, it's just so simple, you'll win so many dry fights.
I tell you, this clip looks really clean. I think it looks great.
Yeah. This is found in every single one of my death matches and every single like comp game. Like, that's just how I take my fights, right? It doesn't stop there, because the wide swing is the follow-up, but it's not just the follow-up to the slice. Call for a flash from your team, and you can do the same thing, right? You've got information from the flash. Even if you don't have information, they can't even shoot you back, and you're just so wide. There's nothing they can do anyways. I've played this one Premier clip a million times, but he throws his flash, wide swings. It's exactly what we saw, and he gets 3.
Yeah.
Because he follows up his... But if he was to wide swing this without the flash, it's so troll. He would just be shot down immediately. So you can see the idea of combos. And also, in this second clip, have a look at this. He opens with the slice of the pie. Gets the slice of the pie kill. Now, if anyone else is here, they're going to know that he's slicing, so they're going to be holding close. But instead, he goes wide. They shoot to the right. Both of them miss. And he gets both the kills because he went from slice into a wide.
Yeah.
And this is Primi, the GOAT, you know, best mechanical player.
Yes.
So if he's doing it, I'm doing it. Final example I'll give you as well is where the jump peak comes in. Jump peak, get the information, he's there. The jump peak conditions their crosshair because they're now going to try and shoot you out. They're expecting a jump peak again. So they hold close. They're not expecting a wide. And what do? You follow up with a wide swing and they're aiming the wrong way. The other tool, I feel like you've got it down good, is your angle holding. I saw a lot of good angle holds, right? On defense, they have to come to you. They have to push you.
Right,
so
right.
You should just, instead of peeking everything, lean into your angle holds more. In this situation here, I don't hear any footsteps, so I'm holding close. Because if you think about it, if he's not making any noise, he's either not coming or he's slicing the pie. And if he's slicing the pie, he's going to peek close. So we want to counter that by
That
being
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then the alternative, we shoot. And then we hear him running. And if he's running, he's going wide because you're not going to run and slice the pie.
Okay.
So that's a little bit of nuance. Like, that's not a major focus at the moment. I think that's fine. I think it's just the peaking
sure,
that's
yeah.
really the main holdback. But yeah, more examples of the combos that I just wanted to really nail in the idea that I'll even here. I also like to walk up to the wall sometimes as well, just to really hide and make it more unpredictable.
Yeah.
Take the fight, get the information. Flash is like, you know, once again, it's just it's a combo. It's one to the next to the next. There's not that much to it. You've got 4 tools, 4 pieces of mechanical utility. As long as you understand the proper technique and as long as you understand when to use them and when not to use them, like don't open with a wide peak. A lot of the times where you died, it was just because you wide swung without like A, the proper technique, and B, just without any kind of setup. And if we can get rid of that just by explaining a few things here, then this is going to set you up to really make use of your aim, right? Because here, this is tracking. If we have a look, I'm tracking his head as I move. And I kill him. Here, this is micro reflex. I peek, and I just micro reflex. This is your peek shot. The one where they pop out and you click them, like you just. But think about how easy this is, dude. Like instead of wide swinging and being here, but your crosshairs like here or here, and you've got to like aim across the thing. Like look at how easy this shot is. It's like if I gave you a Kovac scenario where this was the range, like they spawn around, that's such an easy scenario. I know you'd smash that, and we can make that happen in game just by optimizing our peeking technique.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Especially because the slices will this is a tiny area that you have to kind of play around.
That's it. All right, I'll chuck on cheats. I'll get you to jump over to showers. We're just because that's where I showed you everything. I'll change teams. What I'm gonna do is find like a random spot out of those ones I showed you. So I'll either go like around the doorway or any of the off angles. Now I'm in a random position out of those ones out of those spots that I showed you, and we'll start off with the slice. Okay, you just do a couple, and we'll see what we can get it looking like, and then if we need to tweak it, we'll tweak it. Go for it.
Oh no.
Any self-reflection so far?
So I don't know. It's okay. I guess it's more like I'm not familiar with like, let's say, oh, this is actually here. I need to think about. Like, I want to stop here, and then I guess here.
So that's something that's like an extra piece. So yeah, those 3 spots, that's good, right? And then obviously, if you really want to become a good like slice of the pie, you got to know your angles across the map. That's very important.
Yeah.
But just like that, if you can recreate that, that's perfect. Like that's looking good. The angle clearing there. The main thing is just the 2 steps to the right. Okay. And then you don't have to do any other movement. You don't have to do any other movement, right? I don't want you to fall back afterwards. I want you to be like confident. You know what I mean? Like you're taking the fight.
Okay.
I saw you flick away from me and then go to me. Was that you going to the next angle? Or was that an overflip?
I think so. So I think I didn't process you were actually there, and then I'm like, oh crap, I can see you.
Yeah, okay. That's an easy fix. All you got to do is slow down a tiny bit more and really, like, there's no rush. When you're slicing the pie, you haven't made any noise. They don't know you're there. So just really, like, give yourself an opportunity to process what's going on. Nice.
Okay,
nice.
That felt better too.
Yeah, of course. It'll feel good once you get it. All right, go again.
Yeah.
Perfect. Looking better already. Nice. I like that. That's looking much better. I'm confident that you've got the idea down, but that doesn't mean you're instantly going to be performing this in game. What it means now is you've learned the idea, but you have to practice it to make it actually the thing that comes out of second nature, right? So you've learned the idea 100%. Now we just need to build that into second nature. The next thing is your wide swings. But basically, your goal is to already be on the head before you stop moving. Okay. Does that make sense?
I have a quick note about that. I've been trying that in the range, like, because the concept makes a lot of sense to me, and I've heard that part of it before. But I found that when I stop, it's basically at the part where I'm stopping, I fall off.
The one reason the end might be struggling is because you're picking a bad time to stop. It's kind of a game of chicken. If you stop before the enemy stops, you could stop and then they could still be moving, and then you have to readjust to their new movements. You've got to be, when you do a wide swing, it has to be done with conviction, because you need to be so confident and you need to not budge. You need to know that they're going to shoot. Hypothetically, you could get a lucky shot, right? And they could kill you, right? But don't think about that. Just think about the 90% chance that they're going to miss you because you're moving and you caught them off guard. And then once they're shooting, you capitalize on that because they're dead still and you're aiming at their head. If you're wide swinging, I would just argue always wide swing from right up against with your face against the wall. You move faster on the enemy screen, and nobody has their crosshair lined up for this. It's like absurd, basically. And to put it into perspective, I'll get you to go in that corner where I was. If I was to peek you like this, and then miss and then fall back, and then I walk up to the wall, and then I went like this.
Wow, that's actually more than I was thinking in my head.
It's like you would not ever be able to do anything about it. Yeah. That's why wide swing from as close to the wall as possible. It's so effective considering you're not using util, and it's like, this is where you can, just like that. That looked good there. Oh,
sorry, quick question before.
Yep.
So when you're doing the wide swing here, your crosshair itself, are you still kind of like, I don't know, like imagine the guy is through the wall, or like, is it? No. Like, are you kind of horizontal, like perpendicular to the wall?
I'm like in the most, so if you were to peek out now and just like stop, I want my crosshair to be in the middle of that back wall so that I'm like prepared or close enough to hypothetically, if it's to the left or right, I can adjust to it easily, right? Does that make sense? Like the most central area, the middle of where he could be. Wait, come out here to triple. Sure. This is a good spot to do it. Open spaces are your best friend, right? Because you have more space to work with. I'll be somewhere around here, and then you have more space to work with. 1 sec. Okay. All right, go for it. Perfect. So the second you stop moving, you kill me. Any reflections for yourself so far?
When you're to the right of like the screen, so let's say here, I feel myself kind of like, I guess it's easier if you see my screen. I'm like stuttering a bit in this way, trying to aim at you, and I don't know.
Well, I don't want you to rush your aiming technique. I don't even really want you to think about the aiming technique. Where I want your attention to be, I want you to place all your attention to start with. Right now, your attention should just be like being aware of your crosshair, all right, and you're just aware of what's going on. And then as you're swinging out, your number one goal is to try and find me as you're moving. That's your number one goal, is find me, not to do anything. Okay. And then just from there, like once you've found me, just let your body aim, let it do everything it knows how to do, and put all your attention just on like, try and find the eyes of Sage, right? Try and really like, really deeply see the head of the enemy. Put all your focus there. Don't think about your aiming technique. The more you think about it, the worse it's going to be. I want you to put all your focus on the head. All right, I'm going to move, move, and we'll give that a shot. 1 second. Okay. Good to go. immediately so much better. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
It's immediately like nice and clean. It just cleaned up everything.
That did feel way better.
I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Valorant is also like 70% mental. All right, good to go. Nice. Okay, I'm very confident that you've got the wides down. You've learnt the idea. All right, you've learned what you need to do. Once again, make sure you practice that. I'll be like moving a little bit, so I'll try and make your initial peak hard. I just want you to like slice the pie as your opener. If you miss, unlucky, we're gonna go for the follow-up, right? Which is the wide swing. If you don't miss, good shot. I'll try and shoot you on the wide swing, see if I can add a bit of pressure. Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's good.
So I'll full commit once you run out. Most people will panic crouch pay. I'll try and track you or something like that. I want you to keep moving. Stop when you're on my head. Really confirm that kill. Get that kill as soon as you stop moving.
Okay.
Ready. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, we'll do one more just to really get that down, and then
ready?
Yep, ready. Exactly. Perfect. Okay, cool. I'm super happy with that. That's the most likely reaction that you'll get from people is they'll like shoot and then they'll start spraying and trying to track you. And if they try and track you, they'll be like tracking behind you. It'll be messy. You'll get that every time, right?
I mean, I've done that for sure too.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that will happen as you rank up, I don't think it'll start happening until you're at least high ascendant, but one thing that will happen is the initial reaction that I had. Like I'll shoot my 2 bullets and then I'll move. Instead of committing, I won't commit. I'll like miss and then I'll move and then I'll readjust to you. That's a whole different world. No one's doing that in your diamond plat lobbies. You'll be fine to begin with. The only difference is you don't change your technique. I still do that same technique. The only difference is you just got a harder fight, right? That combo there, beautiful. You can pull it off. You've learnt it. You'll need to get creative in how you practice it. So custom games are your best friend. If you do it consistently every day, you'll learn it so fast. You'll build this into your brain like so quick. Tell them, practice your angle holds. I'm going to make it challenging for you. Come to this exact spot, peek them, and then hit them with a wide swing, catch them off guard. They'll be like, what the hell's that? And you'll be like, hey, angle hold better, buddy. And, you'll be destroying everyone with it. They're the main things that I wanted to show you there. Did you have any questions?
Yeah. It's quite a lot, actually. A lot of good information here. I guess the first question is, so when we're doing the slicing. Okay, so actually, even in this example, I'm actually not too sure. How do I want to say it? So, like, let's say I do kind of get to this where you kind of like see a little bit, or I guess I miss. The first thing is to jiggle back in. Is that it? But like,
yeah. Okay. I'll live stream myself real quick.
Sorry, I'm trying to formulate the question, but I'm not really sure.
I understand it.
It's basically like, should I be going back in or like?
Okay. So most people are going to commit, and this is very like standard practice is just like peek and commit. Where you can get an edge on the competition, you have a few options. Let's say I peeked, shot my 2 bullets, and I got the kill. Happy days, right? I'll just keep holding the angle for the second person. Let's say I peek, shoot 2 bullets, I hit them in the body, and I fall back. Option A is the combo and finish the kill. 2 bullets, miss, get close, go wide. Option 2, shoot 2 bullets. You've now got the information. There's one person CT, but there's one unknown. They can either be, or no, let's say you have a cipher trip flank. You're like, okay, this person's 100% heaven. What you've done is you've shot this fight, fall back to this person, and now they're going to peek you. Same concept though, like even if you take this fight, 2 bullets, fall back, and you're like, okay, shit, there's one heaven now, reposition again. You've got a lot of moves to work with when you're not committing to every single fight. You start to play it like it is chess. You're like, okay, you're getting the information, cool, there's someone there, I'm going to fall back, I'm not going to take that fight. Someone there, okay, fall back. Okay, cool, now someone's tapping the bomb. The bomb is planted like right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice the pie. Oh, they're there, 2 bullet burst, cool. They tap the bomb again, 2 bullet burst, I miss. Now we're going to get close, now we're going to go wide, and then we're going to finish the fight. Instead of it just being very linear, I peek, I commit, do I win? Or like, same thing, even if you're not spraying and you could still be doing this, right? And you're still committing, you're still going for that fight to the end of the day, and like, if I die, I die, if I win, I win, but there's so much more to the game that you could unlock if you controlled that impulse to finish the kill. Like, get the thing, cool, fall back, and then once again, overpowered as shit. If the bomb's planted like here, and there's one enemy left. You spot him CT, you do some damage. You don't even have to peek him. This is where you whip out the angle hold.
Yeah.
Shoot, angle hold, fall back. Now what? We're angle holding again. He's got to clear every single angle, and if the time pressure is getting to him, shoot him, fall back. Shoot him, fall back.
Yeah.
Shoot and fall back. Shoot and fall back. And then maybe he's like 1 HP and you're like, fuck, I'm going to finish this guy. And then you wide swing him. Yeah, basically, I hope that answers your question. This is where it's like really exciting for me, because the game doesn't just have to be, you know, shoot. The game, there is an art to it. This is where like martial arts, the same thing. People like almost see it as a dance when the Muay Thai fighters are fighting each other. And Valorant, you can almost view it in the same light. I've got so many clips of me like taking a fight, crouch peek, go wide, fall back. I go back again. I go wide again, and then I like full commit, and then, you know, I'm staying mobile. Like, it's like one move to the next, flow through them, and you can't flow from one move to the next if you don't know what each move is and when to use it. At the end of the day, you don't even know what's what. So maybe you'll just like wide swing randomly, and then you'll like be like, okay, cool, and then I'm gonna like close peek, and then you don't really know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, then you'll end up setting yourself up for failure. Any other questions? And is there anything as well that I didn't fully explain clearly?
I don't think so. I think I get it. I think I just like I need to practice. Like I'm excited to get some time later to grab one of my buddies, like, yo, can you stand here for a bit?
Yeah, exactly. Trust me, that'll help a lot. Well, that was everything I wanted to discuss, man. That was what I saw. I was like, okay, this is probably gonna help him the most, is just getting his understanding of what to do when down.
Hopefully, eventually, I can send you some clips and be like, "Yo, this is it."
I would love that. I would really love that. I'll give you the seal of approval. Yeah, you've got this idea down.
Yeah, hopefully I can get you something. That'd be awesome, actually.
No focusing on any other mechanical things until you get that down, because yes, you've learned it, but like at the end of the day, if it's not fully internalized by the time you focus on the next thing,
I completely agree. I need to do it many more times, realistically.
Yeah.
Huge thank you. Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Until next time, and good luck with everything, man.